Ramani Durvasula, It's Not You, Identifying and Healing from Narcissistic People. Embark on an enlightening journey with It's Not You, Identifying and Healing from Narcissistic People by Dr. Ramani Durvasula. This summary delves into the complex world of narcissism, clarifying its traits and revealing how such personalities can shape our interactions. Expect to uncover different types of narcissists, from the grandiose to the vulnerable, and learn how to spot them in your life. The narrative emphasizes the profound impact narcissistic individuals have, detailing common experiences like gaslighting, manipulation, and emotional betrayal. Crucially, you'll be armed with strategies to cope, including setting boundaries and nurturing self-worth. Whether you're dealing with a difficult partner, family member, or colleague, this summary equips you with the tools needed to navigate and heal from these challenging relationships. Prepare to understand the intricacies of narcissistic behavior and take the first steps towards reclaiming control of your mental and emotional well-being.
Decoding Narcissism. Narcissism is a term often thrown around in modern discourse, yet its true meaning can be elusive. When examining narcissistic traits, we discover key characteristics such as an inflated sense of self-importance, an unrelenting need for admiration, and a striking deficiency in empathy. These individuals tend to manipulate others for their own gain. A robust sense of entitlement often accompanies these traits, where the individual believes they deserve special treatment. Though not always indicative of a clinical disorder, these traits leave a substantial mark on those they engage with. Narcissism spans a spectrum, revealing itself through distinct personalities. The grandiose narcissist is perhaps the archetype, exuding confidence and charm while ultimately revealing a manipulative nature. In contrast, the vulnerable narcissist might present as more subdued or introverted, yet beneath the surface lies an array of grandiose fantasies and a quiet yearning for admiration. This manifests as passive-aggressive behavior or victimhood to draw attention. More complex is the communal narcissist, who positions themselves as a selfless leader, guiding others while subtly ensuring their own interests take precedence. This form of narcissism is particularly insidious as it can cloak itself in the guise of altruism. Equally troubling is the malignant narcissist, exhibiting outright hostility and manipulation, creating a toxic atmosphere. Other types include the high-functioning narcissist, who might thrive professionally yet display narcissistic traits in personal relationships, the cerebral narcissist, who roots their superiority in intellect, and the somatic narcissist, obsessively focused on physical appearance. In dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's crucial to recognize that while you cannot alter their behavior, you retain the power to manage your responses and decisions. Understanding these personality nuances arms you with the knowledge to navigate the interactions more effectively, safeguarding your own well-being amidst the potential challenges they present. Navigating narcissism's wounds. Engaging with narcissistic individuals takes a heavy toll on emotional health, often leaving deep scars in close relationships such as those with partners or family members. The subtle yet persistent manipulations, gaslighting, devaluation, dismissal, neglect, manipulation, and betrayal, can inoculate seeds of self-doubt and reduce one's self-esteem over time. Gaslighting undermines perception and memory, twisting reality to warp the victim's sense of truth. Take Sarah's situation, wherein her partner David incessantly questions her recollection of events, gradually making her doubt herself and depend solely on him for validation. Next, the insidious nature of devaluation rears its head as Michael's sister, Jessica, critiques every achievement and flaw, eroding his self-worth through targeted, private jabs. Dismissal and neglect coat relationships with a sheen of triviality and insignificance. In such a dynamic, Emily experiences her mother Amanda's preoccupation with her own social image far outweighing her interest in Emily's emotional needs, creating a void of affection and belonging that persists into adulthood. Manipulation, a staple of narcissistic interaction, shackles the victim's freedom to assert personal boundaries. Daniel, grappling with his friend Tom's guilt-infused ruses, finds himself constantly coerced into compliance, lest he be branded a bad friend. The sting of betrayal, however, is the cutting blow in the narcissist's playbook. Olivia's world collapses upon discovering her partner Mark's infidelity, a fact he attempts to downplay before blaming her for his straying. Such betrayal shatters trust and self-worth, leaving victims like Olivia plagued with uncertainty and introspection. The persistent exposure to narcissistic behavior often leads to debilitating emotional issues such as anxiety, depression, and self-esteem dwindling to a perpetual low. In their quest for validation and approval, individuals may find their anxieties mirrored in physical manifestations. Headaches, sleep disturbances, or digestive problems become frequent companions. Recognizing the nature of narcissism is crucial, given the unlikelihood of behavioral change despite temporary apologies or half-hearted vows of improvement. For those entwined in relationships with narcissists, prioritizing personal well-being and etching out firm boundaries becomes pivotal to safeguarding one's mental health. Only by doing so can they mitigate the risk of further psychological harm and start the healing process from these turbulent encounters. Navigating narcissism. Boundaries are your lifeline when dealing with narcissistic individuals who resist change, even when faced with negative repercussions. Accepting this can be challenging, especially in close relationships where hope for improvement lingers. Yet, understanding the unlikelihood of change is crucial for safeguarding your well-being and managing the complexities these relationships present. Consider Julia, who has spent a decade married to Eric, a man who deflects blame onto her despite her attempts to articulate her feelings. Eric accuses Julia of being overly sensitive and attributes his anger to her negativity about their relationship. Julia's efforts to break through to Eric fall short, revealing a common trait among narcissists, a deficit in empathy and self-awareness. Narcissists are more invested in preserving their self-image and superiority than in addressing the genuine needs of others. Here's what you can do: pivot your focus from trying to alter the narcissist to investing in your own growth. This involves establishing firm boundaries, tending to your self-care, and validating your thoughts and emotions, even when they're dismissed or doubted. Take Joaquin's experience with his older brother, Matthew, who continually belittles him. Rather than seeking Matthew's approval, Joaquin chooses to concentrate on personal development. He stops sharing his achievements with Matthew and builds a supportive network outside the family that appreciates his worth. By doing so, he finds empowerment through his chosen family. Another vital approach is to seek support from trustworthy friends, family, or mental health professionals. Having a network that affirms your value and provides a safe space for your experiences can be profoundly restorative, as Nina's story illustrates. She has a fraught relationship with her critical mother, who undermines her at every turn. Feeling trapped, Nina turns to therapy, where she learns that her mother's behavior is not her fault. Guided by her therapist, Nina practices setting clear boundaries and uses I statements to express her needs calmly and firmly. When criticized about her appearance, Nina calmly asserts confidence in her choices and asks her mother to refrain from such comments. She limits their interactions and the topics they discuss, expressing her love while setting boundaries. When boundaries are tested, Nina follows through with consequences, like ending conversations or taking time for self-care. In each scenario, the act of setting boundaries not only protects but also empowers the individual to thrive beyond the shadows of narcissistic relationships. Find your path to self-worth by surrounding yourself with those who appreciate and support your journey. Rediscovering yourself. Embracing personal worth is crucial, especially when tangled in a web of narcissistic relationships. These connections can erode one's identity, as self-worth is often compromised by manipulation and constant criticism. Take Amira, a woman who sacrificed her hobbies and friendships to meet the demands of her narcissistic partner, Sarah. Over the years, dismissive comments about her painting and music chipped away at her confidence, isolating her further from the activities she once loved. Nevertheless, a turning point came when Amira decided to reclaim her passion for painting. Despite criticism, she dedicated weekly time to art, gradually reconnecting with her true self. This journey led her to join a local painting club, boosting her self-assurance and lessening her dependence on Sarah's validation. Cultivating personal interests proves to be a powerful tool against the disintegration of self-worth in narcissistic dynamics. Engaging in fulfilling activities or learning new skills reinforces one's identity, independent of negative influences. Another vital element is surrounding oneself with supportive relationships. For example, Emily, entangled with a narcissistic boss who undermines her abilities, regains confidence by joining a professional networking group. There, positive feedback from peers reinforces her talents and empowers her to assert herself at work. Trusting your thoughts and emotions is equally important. A narcissist may attempt to invalidate your experiences, but acknowledging their reality is empowering. Keeping a journal can help identify patterns of narcissistic behavior and reaffirm personal perceptions during moments of doubt. Restoring your sense of self is a continuous endeavor, demanding dedication and self-compassion. By pursuing personal interests, nurturing affirming relationships, and reinforcing self-trust, resilience against narcissistic abuse can be cultivated. It's a journey towards reclaiming joy and resilience, ultimately affirming that your experiences, feelings, and self-worth are indeed valid.
In summary, It's Not You provides a comprehensive guide to recognizing and healing from the influence of narcissistic personalities. Dr. Durvasula's insights focus on empowering you to identify narcissistic traits and understand their impact on your life. The book emphasizes that while you can't change narcissists, you can change your approach to dealing with them. By establishing boundaries, seeking support, and nurturing your sense of self, you can protect your well-being and reclaim your peace of mind. The stories of individuals navigating relationships with narcissists are not just cautionary tales, but also inspirations on reclaiming personal power and rebuilding self-worth. Whether struggling with a narcissistic partner, friend, or family member, this guide offers actionable advice and essential wisdom to start your journey towards healing. Remember, it's not you. Understanding and addressing narcissistic behavior is key to fostering healthier, more fulfilling relationships and leading a life where your worth is defined by you alone.